G'day. Welcome back to Minecraft Down Under. This is episode 79. So, guys, last flaming episode, we started a new exciting project. This here is a netherwood farm. That's pretty much what it is. It's like almost like four walls of pistons, so it's like 4D, or not really 4D, but yeah, it's four times. It's one tree farm duplicated 4 times. It's what's going to happen is it's going to be pushing all the wood into the central blast chamber. That's right, it's going to go boom, and everything's going to go flying out. So flame and galah, it's going to be exciting. Yeah, hopefully we can get a bunch more built this episode. But last episode, what we'll do is, last episode, what I'll do is go down, quick rundown of last episode, everybody that missed it, but you got to go check it out. I explained a lot more in more detail. But anyway, okay, so a quick rundown, just a quick one. Okay, so what we got here is we got a super chat. Hang on, Mr. Super Chatter. What we got is a wall of pistons, as you can see. So the wall of pistons is actually independent. All three are separate signals, so they're all controlled separately. Even this bottom piston here, because what actually happens is we got a dispenser here, which is going to be dispensing bone meal into this block. Growing grass has a chance to grow a mushroom, or like a sapling, right? And if that happens, if an actual mushroom gets planted or grown, what actually happens is this top dispenser here will actually dispense the bone meal to grow it instantly. Yep. But if a grass gets grown, well, that's why this piston here is independent of the rest of the wall here, because what happens if a grass grows is it will, push the grass off, ready to bone meal again. See, that's how it works. So this signal will only go off when a tree's here and get pushed into the center 4 times. Yep. All the way around the room. And hopefully this section here will be our blast chamber that I'm hoping that will contain all the blasts for this wood farm and nowhere near our main base. That is what I'm hoping. All right, that is what I'm hoping. Yeah, so there's a lot to explain. As I said, go back and watch the previous episode if you want to understand in depth more detail. But we just got a few super chats for the episode. I was waiting until the end. Waiting till I finished explaining that before yeah. But anyway, so who we got? Who we got? So first off, we've got a super chat from Torridon. Since you got demonetized by Koala. Thanks, Torridon, for sponsoring and supporting the channel and the episode. Much appreciated, mate. Shannon says, #moist venom. Oh, I gotta read that. Hang on. Venom. I cannot say that. I cannot say that. Shannon, really? Koala quote, Outback Ozone, for those wondering. Also, donuts for Venom. So that's yours. And then we got one from, how do you say his name? Socknick. Yeah, that's right. Socknick. Thank you very much, Socknick, for sponsoring and supporting the channel. He says, just for funsies. Okay. All right. Let's quickly sleep. Yeah, it's all Chaz's fault, apparently, Venom saying that I got demonetized. Come on, I got to jump into bed. We've got to get this episode going. So there's going to be some jump cuts today because I've got a lot of obsidian to install before we go to the next phase. And that's clocks syncing with each of the towers. And yeah, so what I brought over from our auto bartering system is I brought over crying obsidian, more normal obsidian. So what we'll do is I think we're going to mix it up because we need, natural light, and crying obsidian will definitely absorb those blast waves, and normal obsidian because, hey, I like to build out of I don't really like to build out of obsidian, but this will get us started. Okay, so can you buzz off for a second? I've got work to do, mate. Like this is a construction zone. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Okay, so what we need to do is do some marking. So what we'll do is put both obsidian and crying obsidian in our hand here. And what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put an arch around the actual piston pusher itself. I think that's probably going to be a good deal. So the arch starts from there and starts from there. Okay, this block does not need to be there, and what we have to do is replace that block with good old plain obsidian. So this arch will go. He's in my way, but this arch is going to obviously go around each of the towers because it pops out by one. Now we'll obviously get the wall. Yeah, no, we'll get the wall to start there. So it sort of brings it all the way like that. Yes, because I've got to install the arch on this wall here. There and there, that's got to be replaced. I'm just marking it out. I think if he gets out of the way, we'll be able to see. We'll go ahead, remove that. Obsidian, and arch, and then just normal obsidian. I'm trying not to misplace obsidian because it's a pain in the bum to mine up. Could you imagine doing an entire platform, having to mine the entire thing up? Whoo, big mistake. Big mistake. So that would not be good. All right, so that I'm just marking that. All right, there you go. And then the bottom level, hopefully, will be a sink bowl of doom. That is the plan. I was going to build it up in the air, but no, on the ground so we can have a path that comes to it. Now, to see in this thing, since it's going to be a completely enclosed chamber, what we're going to have to do is obviously we're going to have a viewing platform up there somewhere, safe viewing platform, because all this around us is going to be encased by obsidian. So at the end of the day, well, you're not gonna be able to see much, are you? Which is obviously not a good thing. We got a super chat from Chaz. Thank you very much for sponsoring and supporting this episode of Minecraft Down Under, mate. Much appreciated. I can't reach that now. Much appreciated. He says in his... Oh, really? He says in his custom super chat message, I'm not reading that first part, never let him forget, love you guys, donuts and KFD. I mean KFC. Thanks, mate, for sponsoring and supporting the episode. Okay, let's keep going here. So up we go. Across. Oh, is that up by one? Yes, it is. So this arch, yep. So this should make it glow quite nicely. Let's have a... Ouch. Break a leg. Let's have a quick squiz what the arch is going to look like. And we could do a full row of obsidian as well. So let's just put the obsidian block there. There we go. So what I mean about that, come down the bottom. Where is... I've got my elytra on. So I'll be able to glide down. I don't need to jump, if you know what I mean. So I'm hoping... Yeah, we'll seal that up with obsidian on the side there. Seal this up with obsidian on the side. So the only gap is going to be that one that goes up and over. See, that looks pretty cool. And then we just got to fill in... I might actually do the bottom ring. So... What? The water. So, okay, remove this block here. And what's going to happen is this is going to be the water sink bowl. So this will be the edge, right? And, see the problem? If I put a row of blocks here, I think I'm going to do that. Because all the tree is going to be pushed out and not blown up until it gets roughly close to the center. So I'm not worried about any of the blocks getting stuck on the edge here, if you know what I mean. So the water will start from there, I reckon, and go into the sink bowl in the middle. I just got to sort of put a floor on it. Yeah, so I'll dig down by one, and I'll put crying obsidian all the way around the edge to make it glow nicely as well. Yeah, I think it's low enough. It looks all low enough anyway, because the wood itself will be so water, air block, start of wood. So yeah, okay, all right. So I've yeah, all right. Let me go ahead, get on this jump cut. It's going to be a big long jump cut for me because I'm going to install all the obsidian right around, and then we'll probably add the water. We'll get off the jump cut by then. So I will be back shortly, guys. Alrighty then, guys, I am back, and all the obsidian is now installed. What I'm going to do, though, is we're going to install a access point, because I didn't fill the center up with any sorts of any water or anything yet, just because I don't want to oh hello, wow, hello you lot. I don't want to play with redstone and mix with water. They just don't mix. So here we go. And this is what it looks like inside the room. So remember, water will be placed right around. Everything will be pushed down to the center, which will be a hopper to catch everything underneath this block. So this obsidian block is where the TNT, hopefully, we can get to land for the actual blast chamber itself. And I'm just praying that the TNT itself is further enough away from any piston redstone, which it is. It's 10 blocks away. I just don't know how this build is gonna go. We're gonna test it. Now, I had a couple of questions. I did read a comment saying obviously the pistons are not tall enough and they're not wide enough, because obviously warped fungi, or whatever you want to call it, is well, the nether warp wood is that can grow really tall. The mega ones, I don't know if you've seen those. They can grow really tall, and also they can grow quite wide. A few blocks probably wider on both sides. It doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me at all. To be honest, the trees growing out of the top will become part of the decoration. I think it's going to look epic. And any trees on the side here will be fine. We'll just leave them. So just say the tree grows, you know, one extra wide on both sides, which it will do. I'm just pointing that it's going to do. That's going to just stay there permanently, right? But all the center blocks, all the important stuff, will be pushed towards the center for destruction. And that is how it's going to work. And then the bits of tree will stay there permanently, probably breaking with TNT in time. But we'll see. We'll see. So that's done anyway. That was a bit of a pain in the bum to install, but hopefully we don't have to move anything. All right, so next stage, what we need to do is actually dig a nice little area out down here. I should have done that, you know, on the jump cut, but we'll just dig a little bit of an area out, because what I'm going to do is that hopper's going to be there, right? I'm just going to mark it with a obsidian block. There we go. So can't build anything near that, but I can build it on the side. So I'm going to have a single, hopefully a single clock controlling 4 sides. I'm going to hope it's going to control 4 sides. It's going to control also the clock has to control. It's going to control multiple things actually. It's got to control both dispensers, and that clock is got to be reversed for another clock, which is going to control the bottom, and is also going to be hooked into multiple sides. Flame and galah. Sounds a bit complicated, but well, it's not really complicated, but we should nail it. So what I'm going to do is just unload all the junk I have on me right now, so I can start afresh. I'm going to sleep in a second. So we're going to grab a stack of hoppers, a couple of stacks of redstone here. We're going to comparator, repeater, dispensers, observers is going to come handy. What else? That's it for now. And just a couple of obsidian blocks for building with, because I'm going to try keep it mostly out of obsidian. And I think, can we have a lever? Yes, thank you. All right, that's going to come definitely handy. All right, jump into bed real quick, make it day, and bing, done. All right, so what we'll do is, should we start down here? I'm just thinking where to start. Let's do it on the side. Okay, so it's probably for the best. Bring this down by about 2, because later on there's probably going to be a filtration system, so we can filter, you know, the blocks and the wood, and I'll probably recycle the rest. So I'm just digging down a couple, and I'm on one of the sides here, just away from the center. One of the sides will build a clock. All right, and to build a really fast clock, everybody knows how to do that, right? What we'll do. Perfect. All right, let's just cover that with some cobblestone so we don't fall down a hole. And it's expandable, which is great. All right, so let's just build the clock to one side. So grab the observer, and we'll just place that bad boy down. Grab a block, and grab that. Oh, give me that back. Give me that back. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. That there is just a really fast clock, and to turn it on and off, you just power that. Simple, right? That there is going to hopefully just be hooked up to all the dispensers around, so they'll be on tick 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 tick, which is great. So let's do this way first, okay? Let's just start with one and go from there. But let's start the signal going out from here, and yes, you can do that. So have the power on so we can know where it's going to be going. I wish they'll be quiet. They're making a whole bunch of racket. Alright, there we go. That's the exit. That's exactly what I wanted. Oh, need to boost up in a sec. Where are we? Where exactly? Oh, perfect. Okay, so what we'll do, get rid of that. So we need access. We've got plenty of access here. So what we'll do is put a solid block there, because if we put a repeater on that, it should power both at the same time, which is good. There we go. I've got to be careful where I place things. Grab a redstone repeater. Run that into there for now. Down, down, and just, because I'm going to put a clock in here. So let's just take that down. How far away was that? And just do a spinneroonie. So what we'll do is put one there, just keeping in with the theme of obsidian. Alright, perfect. Take it back in on itself. We should be able to hit, yes, the main line. Whoa! Okay. Whoops. There's the main line. Alright, that's got to go that way. Alright. So this undercarriage, you don't need to make pretty, you just need to make the bottom bits and pieces workable. So, got to be careful how many repeaters we put in. But that should give us full power anyway. Alright, there we go. I'm just going to test that now. Make sure she's going to go nuts. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice and fast like a machine gun. Yep, that sounds great. Good old-fashioned clock. That's exactly what I want. Alright, power it up. That there will be going to every side. So you got to, we'll muck with that later. We just got to get down this first side first. So that's obviously controlling the dispenser clock, which is no problem. What I want to do is I'm going to clear out a little bit of an area here. Alright. Yep. And what I want to do is hook up another block. Get rid of that. Actually, I'll probably build the whole platform out of it. Might as well, because I'm going to put a torch in there to control that bottom piston. But I want that slower, if you know what I mean. So, boom. Yeah, that's just that independent pushing off the grass piston, if you know what I mean. Okay, so then grab our redstone repeater. Stick that in there for now. And what I'll do, clear a little area here. Yep. Trying to build everything on solid ground, if you know what I mean. We'll just build that one that side. And what we'll do is... No, one this side. Perfect. Alright, then just wrap that around. What I'm building is just a very slow clock. I'm not going to bother putting a full-blown timer in, but there you go. That there can be a nice slow clock. Because what will happen is obviously when that machine gun dispenser, like the tick 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 tick, that's going off obviously to grow the tree, but we have to give it time. It has to be a few ticks in between that piston push of the grass. So just say a mushroom was there, we don't want it to be instantly pushed off, do we? We want to give it time to grow, okay? But to do that, obviously, we have to slow that bottom piston down. That cannot go backwards, backwards, backwards. Yeah, no, it wouldn't grow properly. We would have all sorts of problems. So to do that, we just hook it up to a separate clock. okay? Like something like this. Well, actually, we could move that over. To be honest, we probably could move all this over. Try compact it down a little bit, you know? I always go freaking overboard when it comes to this sort of stuff. Oh, flaming galah. Okay, all right, so that's done. Put a piece of redstone, and if we were to put, say, just anything. Oh, yeah. All right, that's perfect. Let's run the other one quickly. I know it's going to get annoying. I do apologize. Tick, 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 tick. Yeah. That's about 2 or 3 dispensers before the piston goes off. Perfect. Okay, that seems to be perfect. Now, to control the entire thing, let's turn that off real quick. Quick. Turn it off. Go away. All right, so I want one button to turn the entire farm on and off. To do that, actually would be quite simple. What am I thinking, Data? Like, take the signal from the clock, because now it's in off mode, right? Right, yeah. Take the signal from the off mode here, straight in. Turns off the clock, doesn't it? So now, because the lever would be probably up in the viewing platform eventually, but then that lever would probably go right down and turn this off. Now, if we switch this entire thing should turn on. All right, there we go. So up we go. Yeah, it's working perfectly. Piston's going off every 3 or 4 ticks, which is what I want. That's to push the grass out. And that's looking perfect. Yep, perfect. That's just, cannot ask for something. That's just perfect. Now, that same signal needs to be hooked up on every single tower, all the way around. So this exactly the same setup on this one, and same with the redstone dust. Remember I'm going to try keep the lines for the redstone roughly the same. Like, what I mean is, I don't want to have one line with 2 extra repeaters in it, because that means the clocks will be out of sync. I want every clock to be in sync. I want all these pistons to go off at the same time. So I've got to be careful. So when running this same signal out there, I've put 1 repeater in, right? So I've got to make sure I put another repeater in on roughly the same side. But that there should technically be working. So now when the tree does grow, it's obviously going to send out a signal. Yeah, this signal's going to be sent out, activating the top half of pistons. And then what we need to do is harness that power, which we're going to do quite easily. Just take this for now and power this up. There we go. That looks absolutely beautiful. All right, zoom, go up. All right, down we go. Trying for a landing. Oh, that was a bad landing. Yeah, I got to be really careful with over 1,000 levels on me. That looks really, really good. Okay, so as you can see, the pistons are extended, but we want the power. We're going to work that out later, weren't we? There, I'm going to remove that. I'm just going to extend the signal. I'll probably take the redstone up and over, because I was just thinking, yeah, no, the TNT duper itself is probably going to be built. Let's find that spot now. Yeah, I'm going to have to go to the local, I need a piece of dead coral. Actually, there's one that doesn't use dead coral. So take it up a few blocks. Yeah, I'm not going to, because if something were to go wrong, I want the TNT duper to be, far away. If you know what I mean. I don't want it to be close, because things will go bang. So take it up, especially if a tree managed to make it to the middle and the TNT sits on top of the tree, if you know what I mean. So let's make sure, let's put a nice like pyramid shape here. I think that would be fine. That's what? It's about several blocks away from any top woods. I would say several blocks away. So let's go ahead and just mark the center here. So I know, should I take it up one more? Actually, just to be, safe than sorry, I'm going to take it up that 1 block more and put that obsidian down. That should be dead center. All right, so this is where we need to build a TNT duper to drop onto the center platform, okay? All right. Whew. We are doing good. We are doing good. All right, leave that be for now, because I'm not going to hook up no TNT duper. What I have to do, we're going to go ahead and call it now, guys. But what I have to do is, off cam, I'll just hook up the same what I've got down here, all the way around the room. Okay, I'll do that off cam before the next episode, so we can probably build the TNT duper next episode, play around with that, make sure that's all hooked up into the system, and I'm probably going to put the water around next episode as well, and then we're going for the test run. And if everything works like we think it's going to work, well, Bob's your bloody uncle. We're going to have hopefully AFK-able wood farm running constantly, and it's going to give us lights, and decoration's going to be a bit hard, but hey, this is looking fantastic. Let's fly home. Good old home. All right. Perfect. I can sleep inside without getting bothered. So, guys, this farm needs a name. So, what I want everyone to do, if you've got a name, put it in the comments below of this episode. Tell me what you think this thing should be called. We got a few like the boombox, and we got the shroom tower. We've got a few names suggested already. We're writing them all down, and then we're gonna just choose one, and that's what this machine, this farm of doom, is going to be called. So yeah, tune in for next episode. Guys, if you enjoyed the content, make sure you smash those buttons. It'd be much appreciated. Big shout out to all the super chatters and sharers and likes and all that. Thank you very much for sponsoring and supporting the channel. Much appreciated, guys. Much appreciated. I do apologize about the start of the episode. If you probably haven't already worked out, if you're watching the cut version, it was a few takes. Yeah, you'll have to go watch the uncut version. The uncut version of any of my episodes that you watch, all in the description below. You click the link, it'll take you to the uncut version. So if you want to laugh, yeah, you can head on over there, because you know, there was some scrubby stuff going on. 3-take intro, it was not great. So head over there if you want some bloopers, and watch the start of that stream or episode there. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all later.